Good job.
Yes, I'm going to speak to both items, and forgive me, I'm going to read my comments. They take in a lot of what I said here today. Okay, do I need to repeat that?
No.
Okay. I am Lee Carey. I am a council member, and I'm from the corridor cities, representing 500,000 people, and also the Chamber of Commerce, and we are opposed to the hot lanes. What is most disturbing to us is that the regional planning process, which has been entrusted to you, has been compromised, and there has been conflicting information and methodologies used. The OCTA and Caltrans and the consultant team continue to assess and reassess the options. We've had 15 total so far. And last week, I know you have the engineering meetings. Before my regular comments, I would like to tell you what's not in your official meetings. At that meeting, we witnessed the OCTA and Caltrans argue over implementation of hot lanes, methods of operating managed lanes, and even disagreement over hot lanes' future revenue. What in heaven's name is going on here? You know, this is not good transportation planning. I have two basic comments. We need a county and an interjurisdictional plan for implementation of solutions, and not some 60-day study session or 120 days. Because if we do that, we're just going to get more of the same. And we need to know who is in charge. And may I remind you that hot lanes would not be possible except for M2 funding. And for Caltrans to even infer that they are going to take all that money when we're the ones that are paying for the infrastructure is beyond maddening. Also, I don't believe that the feds are, as was just stated, that prescriptive. They want an action plan, they have an action plan, and in the action plan it says study. And it is the action plan from the second half of 2011. And in that plan, the 5 is more degraded than the 405. Matter of fact, on the north side of the 405, from Valley View up to Long Beach, all the way up to 605, and all the way out to 22, it's not degraded at all. So obviously, we need to look at these things. Also, what about, I mean, we brought up the fact today about the 73, you know, and the 241. And it's a good idea that those be, you know, connected up. But does that trigger non-compete clauses? Is the OCTA going to have to pay those private toll roads? What's going to happen with that? We haven't even defined our corridor yet. And if we take over those toll roads, are we going to take money out of the 405 tolls to pay off that bond indebtedness? Because again, the corridor hasn't been defined, and we certainly can't use money out of the 91 because it has been defined. You know, one of the corridors went clear down to San Clemente and went clear up the other side of Santa Ana. So the bottom line is we need a regional look at this. And the second thing, you have, by your analysis, 95% of the cars in the HOV lane are 2+. Another 1.5% are the low-emission vehicles. If you added 2 general-purpose lanes to that freeway, and it is disingenuous to say they'd be all used up in 5 years, that would go a long way towards solving that degradation. And then you could say, okay, if it isn't in 10 years or 15 years, then we can make the HOV lane a 3+ lane. But the bottom line on this is, and I firmly believe this, I've looked at the cost estimates, and I believe they are grossly overstated because of artificially inflated cost overrun contingency projections, which are compounded throughout the term of the contracts. And they're figured into the total project cost. More than 25% contingencies are added to project costs at certain key components during the projects toward the end. And it is no wonder that OC Tax gives the OCTA a rose every year for coming in under budget. I could come under budget too if I was 25% over.
Can I ask you to wind up your comments?
Yes, absolutely. So in closing, we are in favor of alternative 2 or alternative 1 because both were arrived at through a regional and jurisdictional process. What is happening now is not sound leadership. We want some meticulous study. We have not been railroaded, we have been toll-roaded.
Thank
And
you
the
very
next
much.
time anybody says locally preferred option to me, the transit police are gonna have to carry me out of here. Thank you.
That was a good option.